Well, for most school-aged kids around the country, there's no school today. The day after Thanksgiving is usually a school holiday. But one Texas teen has been told she won't be allowed to return to her school beginning on Monday. High school sophomore Andrea Hernandez was not found to be cheating on a test or ditching class. She's not flunking out, nor did she get in a fight with fellow classmates. Andrea Hernandez has been told she can't return to school because she refuses to wear a student ID card that's implanted with a GPS identification chip. She says it's against her religious beliefs. Well, a Bexar County District Court judge has just stepped in, granting Hernandez a temporary restraining order as she awaits trial. But this is a case with some major implications. So we wanted to speak with her attorney, John Whitehead. He is a constitutional attorney. John, thanks for being on the show. This is a project at John Jay High School Science and Engineering Academy called the Student Locator Project. What's the point of all this?
Well, the point of the project supposedly is to raise money for the school. If they can put this program into effect, supposedly, and prove that they can increase attendance, they're supposed to make more money. But they've already spent $500,000 buying the chips from large corporate entities. So money is obviously being made here. But Andrea had a religious objection to the having to wear the chip and a privacy concern. I mean, even when she went in the bathroom, she had to have a chip on. Plus, she's not being treated equally. If she doesn't have the chip, she cannot access the library, cafeteria. She was told she couldn't vote the homecoming king or queen. So she also wanted to hand out a pamphlet in the hallways saying that giving her objections to why she didn't want to wear this chip, and they were told she was told she couldn't do that.
Well, from what I understand, though, the principal offered to actually have the chip taken out of the card. Why then does she still refuse to wear it?
Well, her father and her talk, they called me and they said, well, this was if she's still wearing the so-called smart ID or student locator badge, what she's saying is, I endorse the program. And they feel so strongly about it that they said she cannot and will not endorse the program. So we filed for a temporary restraining order on the constitutional issues, and we just got a judge who says that they were going to expel her from school and put her in another school, and the judge says they can't do that because of the constitutional issues involved. So she's going to be back in the school, and there's going to be a hearing next week.
But this is so much bigger, John, than just one case. Talk a little bit about the legal precedent here. As you mentioned, the school already has surveillance cameras. Many schools have metal detectors. What's the bigger picture here?
The bigger picture here, this is the test project, which is going to spread throughout the country. And the question is going to be, if those who do not opt into this program, will they be punished? As Andrea. Andrea is a very good student, by the way. Like you said, she didn't cheat. She doesn't cheat. She does very well. This is a school that she worked her way to get into, and she's being punished because she will not go along with what she feels to be constitutional violations. So the key to the case here is whether or not those people who want privacy, they don't want to be in such a program, they have First Amendment objections, whatever, will they be punished? So I think that's why this case is a very much precedent-setting case. But here's the key, I think, to all of this. What's happening, and this is I would call the cultural thing we're saying, we're conditioning kids to live in the surveillance state. They're growing up in school, so when they go out into regular life, are we going to be required to wear chips as adults? I think that's the next step, obviously, because again, there's money to be made off this, and police and the government agencies will track it for whatever reason.
Yeah, and this, as you mentioned, it's just a pilot program, so we don't see this happening in schools across the country. But here, school officials want to see this implemented at more than 100 schools, so more than 100,000 students, and they say they want to increase attendance. Yeah, and they say that this is supposed to help them increase attendance by tracking these students' whereabouts, and therefore, in the end, they'll get much more money from the state government. I guess, John, talk a little bit about this system that's in place and what concerns you about the way it's set up.
Well, the way it's set up is it grieves the bottom line, the right to privacy, First Amendment concerns, all the things that make us human beings. I mean, some people have asked me, what would you compare this to? Well, it's like a chicken in a cage. I mean, if they can track you wherever you go, the government in the school, and eventually when we grow up, kids grow out in society, I mean, there's surveillance cameras everywhere now anyway. And so the question is, as human beings, will we have any privacy in the future? Orwell, as we know in 1984, he predicted There will be no privacy. But can we have privacy? Sure. There are going to be people who are going to want to opt out. And that's the importance of this case is we want to protect those people who don't want to be part of a system they feel violates their human dignity and their constitutional rights.
Yeah, I think this is certainly just the beginning of what we'll probably see will be many more cases like this. I know your client, Hernandez, has said that this is the implementation of the mark of the beast. Do you know what she meant by that?
Yeah, in the book of Revelation, the New Testament, there's this prophecy about the Antichrist, that there will be a number put on people, and they wouldn't be able to buy and sell. So that's their belief. But incredibly, in this case, though, that's come true. If you don't have the chip, you can't go to the cafeteria, the library. You can't vote. You don't have access to certain things. So I don't agree with that particular belief. But again, the Constitution provides for the freedom of religion.
And when is this trial set to take place, John?
This coming Wednesday.
All right. Well, you keep us posted. Thanks so much for being on the show. Constitutional attorney John Whitehead.
Thank you.